I make music for a living, and most days I feel like I'm failing at it. No one really tells you that being an artist today means being a content creator first. And I feel very pulled between creating art and feeding algorithms nowadays. And it becomes very hard to be consistent uh, and to not be swallowed by this ginormous bubble, unrealistic bubble of social media and um, unrealistic world. Feels like I arrived to the conclusion, or I reached the point that I wake up in the day and I'm feeling so demotivated to be creative, because instead of being like it was at the beginning for me, being an artist, it becomes some sort of a full-time job where you need to achieve some sort of something if you want to be creative. I don't know if I'm making my point. So what I'm trying to say is that I believe that nowadays, whenever I want to make something, I don't do it anymore for just the pleasure of doing it, but I do it with a goal. And it's nothing bad, I believe, to have a goal in the things we do, but it drains your creativity and it drains your spontaneousness, if that's how you say it. I don't know. I feel we are. Sometimes I believe or I think that I should like that being on social media is the key, and I love being on social media because, as I've been saying already many times, you can really make the best connections and really get to know people on the opposite side of the world and being able to collaborate and actually do something together. So that's amazing. But at the same time, it's like we need to constant show people what we are doing instead of just doing. And from a perspective of a person that was born in 97, and I lived the 2000s without really having these thoughts in my head that got implanted like with years going by, it's really frustrating. It's like a constant need of acknowledgement from the outside world, while the first people to acknowledge ourselves should be us. And it feels like our acknowledgement is not enough anymore. And we are seeking always to fit in and to be part of something. It's really, really, really hard. Sometimes I'm asking myself if it's worth it, if what I'm doing, I mean, and I'm fucking privileged because, I'm an artist. I live with my music. I live with everything I do. I mean, not really, but I'm privileged enough to continue my journey and to try harder and harder, while other people don't even have this option. So I cannot complain, of course, but from a human being perspective, from just a girl that is trying to achieve her dreams, I am just noticing how hard it can be to be consistent and to not procrastinate. And yeah, it's quite hard. um, I believe that the main topic is art versus the world, because is the pressure of and comparison and metrics and algorithms and posting and practicing, and instead of being something that it just comes within us. And yeah, I believe that I'm being very relatable to a lot of people, but it's also a very difficult topic to canalize in one specific meaning. Can have a meaning for everyone differently, and that's just my perspective. I I believe the music still gives me, like, if I would ask myself, why didn't I quit? Then, like, what am I still trying to do? And in the end, I believe the music is my biggest passion, and it is what drives me to be who I am. But I wish that it wouldn't be the monetary other side of music, because in the end, it's my career. But it's so contrasting, you know, like it's so not working well together. And I admire people that really are resilient and just focused and really are able to achieve whatever they want to achieve. Maybe they are much more badass than I am, but consistency is the key in this moment in the world and on platforms and everything. And I believe that sometimes it's very hard to be consistent, mostly if you're living life and you're just trying to be happy day by day. Sometimes, even if music is my biggest pleasure, when I need to canalize it to be something touchable for other people in the world, and I need to find ways for it to be acknowledged and for it to be seen, and for myself to feel this pleasure, this momentary pleasure of being like, oh, this many people saw my video, this many people listened to my song, this much streaming this month, whatever. Like, it becomes about numbers and not, so the value becomes monetary and numeric instead of being emotional value. You know what I mean? It's very complicated. I believe that the part that feels still the most honest is when I create music. The system doesn't exist because I am just doing it. But then happens the opposite thing, meaning like I'm creating something and then I'm having the best time. I'm 15 minutes into the thing because I've been a producer for many years and I know how to do my things, and I am a proper I'm very focused when I do my work, because it's this spark of moment where I feel super inspired and there's nothing can stop me, you know. But then from the moment that I have this spark of creativity, then I finish and I'm like, fuck, why didn't I recorded it? Or fuck, why didn't I film myself doing this? And then I feel frustrated because I haven't done the only thing that could have give me some sort of return, if you know what I mean. But it's so wrong, because I should be also free to just do things. The thing is, like, when art or music, it's then your profession and it's something that you are trying to live with, then you need to think about all the ways that you can actually be successful with it. And I'm an independent artist. I've been releasing music since 2019. And I'm no one. I'm fucking no one. And I know that, and I'm fine with it. I also live very remotely from the biggest city I am close to. I'm kind of far. Not far, but like more or less, so I cannot even be spontaneous and go out in the city and just go to events and things, because I always need to plan ahead when I want to do something. And also, I'm a very problematic person. I am very attached to my routine, so it's very hard to go out. So, there are so many things that are part of a human being that then when you need to manage yourself by yourself, it becomes even harder to be successful. Then you tell yourself, maybe you need to rely to other people. You need to work with more people. But then you receive judgments, and you receive judgments on your art, and then you question yourself if you're doing your art in the right way, or if you should change the way you do it, or if you should change the style you're making, because what is going today drives you more to do a certain type of music, or like that you're going to be more successful if you do a certain type of beat or a certain type of vibe in a song. So everything becomes way too much, like there are too many boundaries. Instead, before there were none. And yeah, this is just my perspective from a normal, independent artist, human being trying to be happy with what I have. But yeah, it's very frustrating, very, very frustrating. And sometimes I ask myself if art can stay real in a world that rewards only speed and performance. And sometimes I believe that we are losing art and what art stands for. And yeah, maybe a lot of people don't feel like me at all because they're so much, maybe they are much more structured, rational and logical and pragmatic, and they can do things like they get a pattern and they fucking follow it, you know. For me, I fucking can't, and sometimes I feel I'm digging a hole for myself, you know, and I rather procrastinate than just do what I'm supposed to do, you know. It's very, very demotivating and very frustrating a lot of times. Um, but yeah, I would really like to start doing this more often. I would really like to come on here and have and share my opinions and experiences related to this topic, and maybe, I don't know, go deeper in how I write my songs, how I did my productions. I need to still think how to structure this idea that I have, and it's okay. I don't need to have a template for this. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna ask myself 3 questions that you can also reply to me down here if you feel like it's inspiring you. So what is inspiring me this week? Today it's Tuesday, so we are at the beginning of the week. And what is it that inspires me? That inspired me this week? I believe an image that I saw the other day. That it was like a bunch of matches next to each other, and one of them was lighting up, and they were like, I don't know, 10 matches next to each other, and the first one was lighted up, and all the first 5 were burned all together because they were on the same height, and then one was moved a little bit down and the fire stopped right there. And I thought, like, oh, this is so bullshit, but at the same time it's a little bit what we're talking about, meaning if you follow the same pattern, you might get burned. If you do it your own way, you might escape it. Can be interpreted in so many ways. That was the way that I took it kind of this week. And yeah, it's the first thing that came to my mind. If I would think about it a little bit better, maybe I would have other inspirational things. Second question, what is draining me? Is draining me the doubt, the comparison, the algorithm, the pressure of this world, and in general the state of this world, and the sadness, the hate, the negativity, and how individualistic the world is today. And third and last question, what am I creating anyway? I'm creating music anyway. I have 6 songs sitting in my hard drive that I need to just grab and continue. And January started and I felt very lost because I believe January is the start of something new. Not for everyone though, but it's a new year, a new chapter. So the new chapter comes with new beginnings. And sometimes that can be very scary because mostly if you don't feel like you're starting anything new, you are just, I felt this year like a continuation of the last one. And of course I can always think about what I can do better, but again comes with some sort of expectation, with some sort of pressure, and I felt very lost. So I wasn't able to grab anything of mine, and I stayed a little bit in the air. I feel very ruthless right now. I feel very in the air. So I need to find some ground to attach myself to. And so that's it. These are the 3 questions that I asked myself this week, and I want you to reply to them as well. What is inspiring you? What is draining you? And why and what are you creating anyways, even if you feel all these emotions? I just want you to know that if you are an artist or someone who feels too much in this world, this space is definitely for you. And I don't know if anyone is gonna see this video, if people are gonna look at it and be like, what the fuck? Or if you like what I'm saying, stay here, follow me, subscribe, listen to my music if you feel like we can be maybe more related and you can understand better also who I am and what I'm trying to do. And I wish that everyone can feel safe and happy in their creative space and do the best they can in their capacities. And that's it. I'm gonna try to start to make this weekly, and topics will evolve with you and me. And that will be it for now. Love you all, and good luck with everything.